Hi, and welcome, everyone, here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get payday.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point. And for Denver, we've got Gordon. He's out there with Porter. Jokic is out there with Rivers. 4 on the shot clock. Zubac finds George. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Rivers passes to Jokic. Back to Rivers. Passes to Jokic. A second chance effort, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul. Denver shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Pass to Jokic. Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Rivers in the corner for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Porter with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Jokic. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
George dishes to Leonard. Fires from deep. Denver grabs the miss. Floats it up for Jokic. It's not going to go for him.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. It's Rivers on the wing. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Well, like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Gordon.
Guys, I like the hustle from Jokic. I mean, this guy knows exactly how to get to his spots in transition.
Outside Rondo. Outside George. The feed to Cousins. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 3. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
And 1:01 left here in the opening quarter. Harrison scanning the floor. 5 to shoot. Green kicks to Rivers. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Bol, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. JaVale McGee comes in for JaMychal Green. And Monte Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. Leonard with the steal. It's tipped. Millsap passes to McGee. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nuggets ahead, up by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3 spot. Here's Cousins. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. Denver in the lead. Campazzo. Millsap. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, you know, even though he's undersized, Millsap doesn't back down. He's good at outworking everybody on the glass.
Jackson passes to Mann. Cousins with it. Outside for Jackson to the middle. Porter with the steal. And stolen by Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
Pass to Harrison. Right side Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. The pass to Harrison. Shot clock at 5. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Jokic kicks to Harrison, pulls up, and it's off the back rim, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Mann passes to Cousins. Off target from outside. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. He feeds it to Gordon. Nails the baby hook. Gordon's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nuggets.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Denver leading by 4.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Passes it to Kennard. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Takes the 3. That one, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Millsap kicks to Jokic. And he lays it straight in. Jokic has got 6 points.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 250 pounds on him. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Over to the left wing. Batum trying to break loose. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Jokic with the bucket.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Jackson down low. He's against Jokic. Cousins, the pass to Batum. Back to Cousins. Sinks that one from the post. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Cousins imposing his will that time against pretty good defense.
Pass to Millsap. Morris against Jackson. Morris right side. Jokic kicks to Morris. From the stripe. And it's Jokic missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Campazzo keeps it alive, and Green is right there. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
And so it's Denver with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing.
Kevin, thank you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jamal Murray? And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Morris is out there with Harrison. Then there's Paul Millsap. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Bull in at the 5, down low. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Clippers trail by 6. George passes to Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Morris against Beverly. Morris kicks to McGee. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Beverly with the ball. He has 7. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Morris, and it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
Denver leading by 4. Up top, Morris. Covered by Morris.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And George with the stuff.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Morris against Beverly. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets with some changes. Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Porter comes in for Bull. And it's Austin Rivers in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Zubac the pass to George. Six to shoot. Back to Zubac. Lets it go from the wing. Denver grabs the miss.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And how about the toughness? I mean, although undersized at that power forward spot, he just still finds a way to get the job done.
Kicks it out to Leonard. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Green dishes to Rivers over Morris. Here's Green. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 3. The 3 from George. Green against Zubac. Here's Morris. Goes up again. And Zubac puts it in. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Leonard. Down low, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly, feeds to Gordon. 4 on the clock. Shoots. And another miss by Denver. Here now the Clippers. They've got an 8-0 run. Nobody near George. No good on the 3.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he struggled so mightily.
Campazzo, he's covered by Leonard. Back to Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George, no good. And pushing it up, here's Denver. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. Los Angeles up. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Los Angeles leading by 3, and on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Jackson, and it's man in at the small forward. Outside Porter. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And that one is good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Batum passes to Cousins. Back to Batum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Batum, a very good free throw shooter. Smart of him to seek contact.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Here's Porter. It's good.
Just so tricky with that little floating jump shot. Porter has a great feel for when to let it fly.
Pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Cousins. No good off the front iron.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And that one's good by Porter.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Now here's Jackson. That's good from Jackson. Jackson hits both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. We now get a chance to check up on the status of Austin Rivers. David Aldridge.
The guys, I was able to catch up with the Nuggets head athletic trainer. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now, they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. He won't be returning to the game, guys, and he may be off the court for a short period of time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Here's Morris. Here's Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possessions.
Outside Rondo. Kennard on the wing. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Clippers lead by 3. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Floats it up for Cousins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
DeMarcus Cousins knew his team needed it. They had to have it on that possession, and he calmly knocked it down.
Millsap against Leonard. Millsap dishes to Gordon. And a missed layup. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. From deep, George. Offensive rebound. Beverley. The tray. Leonard, no luck. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. The shot by Harrison, no good. Poked away. Jacks up a 3. And it's Leonard missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
You know, Millsap has no issues giving the ball up to the open man. Excellent awareness there.
26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Beverley looking around. Shot clock at 6. Outside for George. Over Harrison. Misses off the right iron.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
Campazzo. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And, Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean,
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, great. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for DH.
Well, Kevin.
David Aldridge, thank you. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Aaron Gordon out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center position.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Clock is at 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Portland making a change here. Kanter's checked in. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Pass to Gordon. And Covington sends it back. The drive by Kanter. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And here's McCollum for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Rivers has got the ball. No good from outside. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McCollum passes to Lillard. A three-pointer, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Fires for 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland no good that time either. Lillard's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Rivers. And a miss there on the triple.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Denver now. And then Gordon with the dunk.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Lillard scanning the floor. To the paint, Kanter. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Cans it from downtown.
He's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Here's Jokic. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's McCollum. Feeds it to Covington. Passes it to Kanter. Jokic with the steal. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. Teardrop shot. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Lillard. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Powell, no one around him.
Come on.
Second chance shot. Covington dishes to Kanter. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. For Denver, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game up. That's good from Porter on the assist by Rivers.
Just so tricky with that little floating jump shot. Porter has a great feel for when to let it fly.
Lillard, the pass to Kanter. Lillard outside. This one for three. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
And that one drops.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Now here's Lillard. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Lillard's got his second basket.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard.
I know that when the main guy,
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Paul Millsap out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Harrison in at the one spot. Now here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. And that one, good.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
Anthony against Gordon to the inside. Knocked away. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. And stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Rivers dishes to Millsap. Kicks it out to Gordon. Now here's Rivers. He's tightly guarded. Gordon, the pass to Green. Over Anthony. Millsap trying to get open. Green finds Millsap. Here's Harrison. Clock at 6. On the wing, Gordon. From downtown. The putback, and Green is right there. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Now here's Gordon. Pass to Harrison. Lets it go from 11, and Jones sends it back. It's 2-on-1. Pushing it up. McCollum, no good.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Harrison scanning the floor. 6 feet out. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Here's Simons, Nurkic, and that one good. Nurkic has got the lead up to 1 now for Portland.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rivers against McCollum. Rivers passes to Millsap, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. Covington finds Anthony. Lobs it up for Kanter. Oh, good on that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Millsap. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from Anthony. Kanter, the pass to Covington. Lillard against Millsap. And they pick up 2.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
On the wing, Green. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Rivers dishes to McGee. Tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
See, this is why JaVale McGee is out here. When he hustles like this, his coaches and teammates notice.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. The pass to Kanter. Lillard outside. Launches it. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Harrison. Can't connect from 14 feet out. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great one. And that's going to do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Now here's McCollum. 9 points in the game so far. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. 17-foot shot on the way. And that one hits back iron. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And a wide open look for Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. McCollum outside. A three-pointer is right on target. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Rivers passes to Porter. To the middle. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Gordon.
An underrated part, really, of being a sick athlete like Gordon, body control. Used it there to keep the form on his shot.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. Out left to the wing. Nurkic, the pass to McCollum, and it goes down 2 points. McCollum's got the lead back up to 4 now for Portland.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Here is Porter. He feeds it to Gordon. It's over Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Kanter's checked in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Lillard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Porter looking it over. He kicks to Millsap. Over Anthony. Millsap misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Jones. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, easy call.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. And so Jones nails both of them. 1:30 left in the third. The Nuggets trail by 4. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Campazzo lays it up off the glass.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
1:04 left in the third quarter. Lillard with it. 8 points for him. Here's Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on JaVale McGee.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. He hits the second from the line. The Nuggets trail by 3. There's 45 seconds left in the third. Campazzo. Offensive rebound. And McGee kicks to Harrison. Misses the 3. Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Jones the pass to Kanter. Anthony on the wing. 23 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Kanter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Crafty pump fake by Kanter right there. Outwitted the defender and won himself a trip to the line.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And finished off by Porter.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
The Nuggets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's McCollum. Outside Anthony. The 3. Misses there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Portland out in front, leading by just 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Aaron Gordon. JaVale McGee is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Michael Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get a hand on it to take the lead. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. And now Portland on the break. Powell against Green. Cullen passes to Powell. Porter against McCollum. The Nuggets trail. Porter kicks to Green. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Green. McGee inside. Covington's there. Gordon inside. Defended by Jones. And another miss by Denver. The Trailblazers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. McCollum. And the second chance effort by McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
He plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Green against Covington. Kicks it out to Gordon. Porter passes to Gordon. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Jones. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, and in terms of size, that's a mismatch he'll exploit every time, especially inside.
Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. And then for Denver, Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers in for Green. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Anthony's checked in for Jones. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The kick out to Porter. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. And good that time.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it away.
Now here's Gordon. The putback. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. A 3 from McCollum. That shot missing. And the Nuggets going the other way. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's Porter with the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now here's McCollum. Guarded close. There's the feed to Covington. Back to McCollum. Nurkic, the pass to McCollum. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Heating up like a microwave. Once McCollum gets a few to fall, you know he's a winner.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Count it.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker. Just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Think burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
McCollum against Rivers. They double-team McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Nurkic has got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they played for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Jokic on the follow.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Now, here's Lillard. D right on him. Goes up on the high post. And too long on the shot.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Rivers finds Porter. There's the three. Rebound by Nurkic. And here's McCollum for three. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers win it. Probably a little. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. A lot of thought put into those outfits. The Beaches of...
Hey, Kevin, if you'll...
Great stuff as always, GA. Thanks. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now here's Lillard. No good on his first attempt of the game. Morris finds George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard with the bucket.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
18 feet out. Covington. And Covington stays with it.
They finally hit one after missing 3 straight.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Leonard. Back to George. The 3. Portland grabs the miss. Up top, Powell. He kicks it to McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Now here's Beverley. In the corner, it's Morris. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Kanter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I really like the physicality that Kanter plays with. Getting fouled is the least of his concern.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Wasted no time on that one.
That's just great court recognition there. He saw the D pack in the lane on the break, so he calmly rolls up and drained the transition 3.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Inside, Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Outside, George. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Lillard. Takes the 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
McCollum against George. Throws it up high. Here's Lillard. 1:19 left in the first quarter. It's McCollum on the wing. Goes up to the stripe. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Leonard kicks to George. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. George has got 7 points in the game.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
McCollum passes to Lillard. It's deflected. Covington dishes to Lillard. There's the triple to the inside. 6 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Covington.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Outside, George. 27 seconds left to play here in the first. From deep three-point range, rebounded by Covington. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And a wide-open look for McCollum, and it's off from three-point range. Here's George, and it's George again missing.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Rondo kicks to George. Off target from the wing. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside, Jones. McCollum against Kennard. And the basket by McCollum.
And, guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game. I loved him being aggressive right there. DeMarcus is a big target at the rim.
On the wing, Jones. Back to McCollum. Pass to Simons. Batum against Anthony. It's blocked. They recover it. And Nurkic gets it to go. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Jackson. Puts it up from 12. Again, the Clippers.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
McCollum against Batum. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Anthony against Batum. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Pass to Kennard. Fires from deep. No good that time.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside Rondo. Jones against Kennard. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. A shot by Batum, no good. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lobs it up for Anthony. And stolen by Cousins. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
This is what Cousins gives you. Good recognition, the ability to make plays for his teammates.
And McCollum puts up a deep 3, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that'll do it for the first hit.
Carmelo, first half in the books. What do you need to focus on in the second?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. They were a determined team in the second quarter. And that's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
And some of it's just a mindset. He came into this game with a very unselfish approach, and his teammates have benefited from it.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Kanter in at the 5, home in the paint. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's McCollum. Down low. Covington passes to Powell. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Clippers in the lead. So the wing on the left. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Back to Kennard. Over McCollum. That one wide left. The Trailblazers shooting about 42% so far.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Jackson passes to Cousins. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. And Anthony subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Lillard, and it's sent back by Morris.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority. Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard looking around. He dishes it to Nurkic. Yep, that one goes. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Here's George. Back to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Powell against George. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Covington with the steal. Lillard from outside. But they recover it. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points. Staying active even after the shot goes up.
Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 5th rebound in this one.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Leonard, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Leonard's got 8.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Powell dishes to Nurkic. Back to Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. To the middle. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. To the paint. Here's Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Beverly, the pass to George. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
Well, what did Coach tell us? He wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Inside, stolen by Zubac. Leonard inside. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Kennard. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the 3. There's the pass to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. Over Jackson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Jackson against Lillard. Out left to the wing. Here's Mann. Offline with his 3. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Powell. There's the dish to Carmelo. Kicks it to Cantor. And contact on the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move, right now. Kevin?
Anthony kicks to Lillard. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. A three from McCollum. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Mann. Puts the move on. It's deflected. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard dishes to Carmelo. The rebound by Patterson.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Here's Kennard. Count it from 12. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And he commits the intentional foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Jones is checked in. In the corner, Powell with it. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Powell's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
George looking around. And he could not get that one to go. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Leonard gets it to go.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Cullen passes to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And here we go. George heading to the... Oh!
He went Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Three-pointer to Lillard. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Covington.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Everly with the ball. Dishes it to George. Leonard looking over the floor and misses it off the right side of the rim. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. McCollum, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it again. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Another shot, just 5 to shoot. Powell, no one around him, and the three off target. And here's Beverly. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Nobody near Jordan. No good on the quick three. And here's McCollum for 3 off the mark. So it's the Clippers taking the win. And thank you, David. Great interview.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. They've got Nikola Jokic. Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Rivers. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the power forward. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
George looking around. From past the arc. Connects from three-point range. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. A nice shot by George.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Now here's Porter. Kicks to Rivers. Down low. Clock at 6. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Outside Jackson. To the middle. Morris outside. In the corner. George with it. On the wing, Jackson. Tries from 10. That one off the back iron and out. Jokic against George. Unloads. And Jokic gets it to go.
Yeah, Jokic did a nice job positioning himself down in the paint. Usually he's at the top of the key, but this time knew where he wanted to get the ball. Shot it on the inside and scored.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Jokic passes to Gordon. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Yeah, you can't leave people open around Jokic, and the offense is set up to have cutters and movement. They'll take advantage of the defense if they sleep.
Now here's Jackson. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter. Jokic with the steal. Outside Porter. Back to Rivers. Paul George with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Leonard. That one misses. Gordon with the defensive effort. Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Rivers kicks to Porter. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. Jokic. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, Jokic is not the quickest guy off the floor, but he uses his body well and great timing to get the offensive rebound.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. Outside Jackson. Fires the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Right side, Gordon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Reggie Jackson.
In an active player, Gordon can be a handful to keep up with throughout the course of the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 36 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Rondo. The pass to Kennard. Three-pointer. Rondo He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Rivers passes to Green. Back to Rivers. Dishes it to Green. Now Rivers. Pass to Harrison. Shoots the three. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 2. And the close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
So on the floor for Denver, JaMychal Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Rivers. Then there's Gordon. And it's Harrison in at point. Now here's Rondo. Passes it to Beverly for the three. Harrison with the rebound. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Nuggets. Rivers passes to Green. And Green slams it in.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Rivers against Beverly.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Harrison passes to Millsap. Inside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish. And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. Rondo with the rebound.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Here's Rivers. And no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Harrison with the rebound. Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. With the floater. And it's Millsap with the extra effort. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Cousins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The tricks of the big man, DeMarcus Cousins, on display there. Terrific at showing the ball, getting his man to jump out of position, and taking full advantage.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Kennard finds Beverly. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
And Porter, here we go. The pass to Jokic. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Kennard, the pass to Mann. And here's Kennard. Takes the 13-footer, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Kennard's got 5 now.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Pass to Jokic. Got a piece of it. Passes it to Porter. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot, and that one's good. Jokic.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Beverly, the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverly. 23 seconds left here in the second. Back to Cousins. Beyond the arc. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And McGee kicks to Porter. High, arcing shot. It's good on the putback. McGee's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period was 3 points. Looking at the second quarter scoring, they had a slight edge. They really worked hard late in the half. And Kenny, what did you think of? And that should do it with
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Here's Rivers. The Nuggets with a new 14. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
The Clippers trail. Jackson with it. It's George on the wing over Jokic.
There's a quiet intensity that Jokic plays with, especially on defense. Made that shooter a little bit nervous.
Floats it up for Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Jokic on an alley-oop, sweet.
LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
On the wing, Porter. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And it's a 6-point Denver lead.
Porter in a comfortable place there. He likes the passes being on target, and he stays perfect in rhythm with that, Jay.
George passes to Zubac. Los Angeles with another miss. And Jokic likes physical play. Brent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Nobody near George. Knocks down the 3-ball. George has got 8 points.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Campazzo guarded by Jackson. To the inside, Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Outside Jackson, he kicks to Leonard. From deep, kept alive. That shot off the mark. The Nuggets leading by 5. Campazzo, and the layup's good off the glass.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
The Clippers have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Jackson finds Zubac. To the paint, here's George. It's good, the assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. No good on the triple. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And the shot goes in. He's got 8.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast breaks.
George against Rivers. And George kicks to Leonard. Puts up a 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Feeds it to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Rivers against George. Rivers passes to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Zubac. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So it's both teams making substitutions here. There's 45 seconds left in the third. Rondo looking over the floor. The pass to Leonard. Bucket is good.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Here's Harrison. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That free throw good from Harrison. He hits both from the stripe. 20 seconds left to play in the third. Rondo kicks to Leonard. Here's the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got 5.
Well, Kawhi does damage from the mid-range and from the inside and gets challenged to make threes, but he can do that too.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nuggets lead by 4. And time to step aside. Quick. 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Clippers trail by 4. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Harrison. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Green, and it's Porter in at the 2. Rondo finds Leonard. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Leonard. McGee's shot is off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And that one's good by Porter.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Outside for Batum. It's good from long range.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Mann. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Denver in the lead, and here's the fast break. Here's Millsap, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
The D cannot allow Millsap to get that deep inside the paint. He's just too good in there.
Free throw dropped for Millsap. A different look for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Now, Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. To tie it up. And it's Denver with the rebound. Porter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Campazzo, it's tipped.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
Kicks it to Green. And the shot is good.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Batum. Millsap covering. Three-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Outside, Green. Down low. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Green. Millsap's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets. L.A. has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Beverley, the pass to Kennard. And the shot falls short this time. Denver leading by 7. Here's Porter. And the shot goes in. 8 points for Michael Porter.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
Kennard on the wing. Rivers against Beverley. Can they get it? Green with the rebound. And that's an intentional foul. Jokic, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. Nuggets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Campazzo defended by George. And another miss by Denver. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Morris. And his first shot of the game, no good. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And Denver also making a switch. Gordon's checked in. To the inside. The kick out to Porter. To the middle. Stolen by Zubac. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Rivers passes to Porter. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. Gordon trying to break loose. And it's Jokic missing. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. So the Nuggets win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining. Nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains, we're in the beautiful city of Denver, Colorado. Hi, everyone. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon out there with Porter. And it's Rivers, and it's Nikola Jokic. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Covington passes to Lillard. A baseline J, and it's good off the back rim and in. Lillard's got his second bucket.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
And it's Jokic in the corner. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Rivers passes to Jokic. Gordon trying to break loose, and Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Rivers.
Jokic has the ability to score from just about anywhere, but he's most dangerous inside. Tremendous skill in the painted area.
Lillard from outside. It's a hand on it, and Covington stays with it.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
Pass to Jokic. Porter against Powell. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Free throw good, Porter. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Lillard, and again, it's Portland converting.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Campazzo, guarded by Powell, and the pass to Porter. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc, they get the rebound. Jokic scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Lillard looking around. And Portland again with the bucket. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Porter passes to Gordon. Tipped away. Back to Porter. Pass to Gordon. 5 to shoot. Campazzo. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Trailblazers leading by 3. Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington kicks to Nurkic. Passes it to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. From deep. Lillard again missing. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. The dish to Porter. Takes a 3. Rebounded by McCollum.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration. Covington finds Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed.
Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Campazzo defended by Covington, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Paul Millsap is checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Rivers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Harrison passes to Millsap. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right at... And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody. And, you know...
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
We've got Aaron Gordon. JaMychal Green is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Harrison in it, shooting guard. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. No good. That would have tied it. Trailblazers leading by 3. Poked away and pushing it up. Here's Denver. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
McCollum outside. Up and in on the layup.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Kicks it to Gordon. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. On the wing, Gordon. 5 on the clock. Portland grabs the miss. Jones in the post. Defended by Gordon. Count it. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And it's Gordon missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Jones. And it's a 7-point Portland lead. Denver's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Outside Gordon. He kicks it to Green. The Nuggets with another miss. Portland leading by 7. McCollum from deep three-point land. Sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got 9. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Harrison scanning the floor. Feeds it to McGee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. The shot from the low post is good. He has 6.
You know, since his rookie year, Jokic's confidence has really grown. I mean, he's gotten extremely comfortable with his jump shot now.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch. Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Lillard on top. He's got 8. The feed to Covington. Dishes it to Nurkic. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
It's his first trip to the line.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. 43 seconds left in the first half. There's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Here's Harrison. Rivers passes to Jokic. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12, and the jumper falls for him. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Jokic fully capable of knocking down the mid-range jumper. Tremendous confidence from here. You got to D him up better than that.
Count that one.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Harrison, and a wide open look for Porter. And it's Denver scoring again.
Porter Jr. has a unique combination of size and skill, and as a result, able to beat defenders in the catch-and-shoot game.
And that's it for the first half of action. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year. And that does it for our halftime show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lillard outside. And the layup is good. Lillard's got 12.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
To the left side wing. Back to Rivers. Inside. Jokic kicks to Rivers. Floats one up. Gordon. Count that one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now, here's Lillard. 12 points for him. Kicks it out to Covington. Off target from three-point range. Nuggets trail.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Campazzo covered by Lillard. Outside Porter. Jokic high post. To the paint. Here's Gordon. Pass to Rivers. Over McCollum. Rivers can't get it to go. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. McCollum against Rivers. McCollum right side. No good from 11 feet. The Nuggets shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Porter passes to Jokic. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Covington in the corner. From the arc. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. JaMychal Green comes in for Porter. Portland also making some changes. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Green, and Jones sends it back. And he's able to get it back. And that one's good. Green.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now Lillard. He's got 15. The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Both teams will make substitutions. And both free throws good for Green. 1:25 left in the 3rd. Lillard outside. From deep 3-point range. Rebounded by McGee. Denver leading by 4. Here's Rivers. Basket good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Lillard. Kanter in the corner. Will it go? Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the 3rd. A 75% clip. The shot's good.
Loving the energy right now here in the 3rd quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Lillard.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Harrison. The offensive rebound. And McGee kicks to Rivers. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Oh, went in there, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with their lead standing at 6. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Green, then it's Rivers, and it's Harrison in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Cantor. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Denver making a switch here. Lillard from outside. And it's Denver with the rebound. Campazzo. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Lillard from outside drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 20 points.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Campazzo covered by Lillard. Campazzo, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Collin comes in for Anfernee Simons. Nobody near Lillard. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And here's Anthony from the arc. The shot misses. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. 7-point differential.
I think his unselfish attitude is really a big part of what makes Millsap a leader on the court, and the ability to make some dynamic passes doesn't hurt either.
And there's the pass to Cantor. Lillard outside. Kicks it out to McCollum for 3. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
A nice shot by Rivers.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Three-pointer, Lillard bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 23.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Campazzo is covered by Cantor. Pass to Jokic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Nuggets. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. And Norman Powell subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
Boy, one of the very best big men at handling the ball. Jokic's moves and creativity really set him apart as a big guy.
And Lillard gets double teamed. And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. And it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Out to the wing. Nobody near Nurkic. Off target with his 3. The Nuggets leading by 9. And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Jokic. Rivers has got 10 points in just the second half. Lillard outside. Lets it go from deep. And it's Rivers with the rebound. The Nuggets have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:19 left in the game. Gordon up on top, covered by Lillard.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
And here's McCollum for 3. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Shot clock at 5. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Guarded by Porter. Here's Simons, the 3 ball. It's rebounded by Najee.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And Portland with the ball. Down by 12. Simons surveying the D. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3 happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
So we see Denver get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the one. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And here's Portland. And here's McCollum for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Over to the wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Outside, Covington. Lillard outside. Shoots the 3. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. No good from outside.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Here's Lillard. Cans the 12-footer.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Beverly the pass to Leonard. Morris left side. That one no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. Hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got 6.
Love the patience. from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Banked in off the glass.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in to the middle. Got a piece of it. Taken away by Anthony. .152 left in the first quarter of the game. McCollum finds Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Jackson. Jones against Cousins. And yes, it's good.
DeMarcus can play outside, but the paint is still where he makes his living.
Here's Simons. 1:10 left here in the opening quarter. Down low. Here's Anthony. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now the pass to Cousins. It's stolen by Jones. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. There's 38 seconds left in the first. Here's Simons. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 8. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Inside. Cousins finds Jackson. Lets it go with a 3.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Anthony's got his second basket.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And the basket by Jackson.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers out in front, up by 8. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the small forward. A different look now for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kennard against Powell. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Cantor, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Floats it up for Cousins.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Passes it to Cantor. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. Pass to Powell. The three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Now Lillard. He kicks it to Powell. Lillard surveying the D. Back to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Just 2 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's George for three. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 6. Pass to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Portland no good that time either.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
George dishes to Leonard. Outside for George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got his first 2 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Right side, George. Kicks to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Morris in position. Covington with the steal. A shake. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Leonard. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard with the ball. Lillard picks him up. It's good from long range. Beverly's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lillard with it. 6 points for him. The pass to Kanter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. And here's McCollum for 3. Covington. And Covington stays with it.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
What else?
And that does it for our halftime.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Kanter in at the center position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. George against McCollum. And he gets the whistle. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Lillard outside. It's Powell on the wing. He feeds it to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
George passes to Leonard. Morris outside, 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Beverly against Lillard, and it's McCollum in the corner. The dish to Kanter. Lillard from outside. And no good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Nobody near George. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
McCollum, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Outside for Jackson. No good on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 7. And that one's good. Lillard.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now, here is George. And that one drops for him.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Nurkic finds Lillard. For the 3. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the inside, Nurkic, and it's blocked. Here we go, one-on-one. A floater. Nice D from Lillard.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Over to the left wing. There's 42 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Outside Anthony. Shoots over Batum. A second chance effort, and Nurkic lays it in. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Outside for Jackson. 16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That one good for 2.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Misses the deep 3-point attempt. And so it's Portland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Jackson. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Kennard in at the 2 guard. It's McCollum on the wing. He dishes it to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Outside Leonard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Now here's Kennard. Leonard inside, working on Jones. Now here's Kennard. Guarded by Powell. Trailblazers leading by 12. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Outside, Jones. McCollum against Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. McCollum kicks to Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And here's Jackson. They're coming. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And if you're the defender, you have to respect the ability of Jackson to finish. That opens things up for the assist.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And Los Angeles with some changes. Paul George is checked in for Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Lillard, right side. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Beverley against Lillard. Kanter trying to free himself up. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Out to Morris. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. Good on the 13-footer.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
Now Lillard. .110 left in the fourth quarter. Rebound by the Clippers.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And here's George for 3. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break. Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You got to love that one,
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Over in the corner, Beverley. A three-pointer, no good. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Covington with the ball. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And Leonard gets it to go.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Lillard with it. And so it's Portland winning this one. A confident win and one where they... All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony...